Hello everyone. Welcome to Frank Recap Flicks. Today, I'll be recapping a bold sex-positive drama film titled Good Luck to You, Leo Grande. Spoilers ahead. Watch out if you're not watching yet. A place that looks ordinary, neutral walls, soft lighting, nothing unusual. Except today, this room is about to become the most life-changing place in one woman's entire life. Her name is Nancy Stokes. She's a retired schoolteacher, recently widowed, nervous, trembling, and waiting for someone she never thought she'd ever meet, a young professional companion who calls himself Leo Grande. Nancy greets him with a smile that's half polite, half terrified. And in the first few seconds it becomes clear, this isn't a woman looking for a casual encounter. This is a woman finally confronting 30 years of silence, shame, and unmet needs. Nancy blurts out the truth almost immediately. She has never experienced physical pleasure in her entire marriage. 31 years of routine, emotionless intimacy with a husband who refused exploration, refused affection, refused anything outside of the same mechanical pattern. Now, widowed and lonely, Nancy is trying for the first time to reclaim her own body. Leo listens without judgment. He's calm, warm, confident, and surprisingly open about his line of work. He doesn't carry shame. In fact, he seems proud of helping people rediscover themselves. Nancy admits she has never been touched in a way that felt meaningful. The only moment she ever truly felt desired was decades ago, as a teenager on holiday in Greece, a moment that was cut short before it ever became anything. As she recalls that memory, she softens, relaxes, becomes vulnerable. And Leo gently closes the distance between them. Their first session isn't about passion. It's about permission. Permission for Nancy to feel something for the first time in her life. A week later, Nancy returns, this time armed with something new. A handwritten bucket list of experiences she has always wished she could try. But even now, confidence is a distant stranger. She's nervous, stiff, constantly making jokes to distract from her own insecurity. Leo calms her with patience, with conversation, and even with dancing. For the first time, Nancy begins to see her own body differently, not as something aging or unappealing, but as something deserving of care, affection, and pleasure. She opens up about her past as a teacher, her frustrations with life, the youth she feels she sacrificed to be the perfect wife and perfect mother. Leo reassures her. It's not too late to rediscover herself. And for the first time in her life, Nancy experiences something intimate that truly awakens her senses. And she begins to believe that she is worthy of more. By the third session, Nancy is glowing with newfound confidence. Leo helps her explore more of her list, but Nancy still can't quite reach the experience she's been chasing. Then comes a moment that changes everything. Nancy confesses that she looked up Leo's real identity online. She found personal details, his real name, his private life. Leo feels betrayed, not because of the information itself, but because Nancy crossed the boundary between professional and personal. This argument reveals something deeper inside him, a pain he rarely shares. How his mother disowned him as a teenager, how his family pretends he doesn't exist, how he spent years building emotional walls to survive. Nancy apologizes, but the damage is done. Leo leaves, broken in a way she has never seen. Determined to make things right, Nancy books one final meeting. They meet in the hotel cafe, unexpectedly running into Becky, one of Nancy's former students. Becky remembers Nancy not as a kind teacher, but as a judgmental one, someone who shamed young girls for their clothing and choices. Nancy is shaken, but instead of defending herself, she does something she has never done before. She apologizes. For the first time, Nancy acknowledges the damage she caused out of her own repressed upbringing. Later, Leo reveals that he finally reconnected with his brother, a major step in healing his fractured past. The two return to the hotel room one last time. Nancy is finally able to be present, confident, open, and free. She experiences pleasure she never thought possible. And for once, she gives herself permission to enjoy her own body, without shame or fear. In a quiet, intimate moment, while Leo looks away, Nancy sees her reflection and realizes she no longer needs him. For the first time in her life, she gives herself the pleasure she has been denied for decades. A breakthrough that is emotional, powerful, and life-changing. When it's over, she smiles not at Leo, not at the room, but at herself. A woman reborn. If this story inspired you, hit that like button, subscribe to Frank Recap Flicks, and turn on notifications so you never miss a recap that celebrates empowerment and self-discovery. Comment below, what lesson from Nancy's journey resonated with you the most?